Hi, welcome. Simon here, and I hope you're doing well. In this video, I'll walk you through step by step on how to set up POE camera over from A building to the B building wirelessly. All right, so you need to have two of this, so one each. This is the Ubiquiti Local M5, and I have the POE unmanaged switch. This is the power over Ethernet switch, which you can power up your camera. And this is unmanaged, means it doesn't require any settings. It's pretty much just plug and play. This is the installation guide for the Netgear, and I'll be using a sample of the 4K. This is a 4K high resolution POE camera. So this camera here is Reolink, and it runs on the Ethernet connection. It doesn't need any of the power. So technically, this power here and this little button is for you to plug in and reset the camera. So this is for resetting the camera. If you change the ownership or whatnot, you probably need to power up the camera and press and hold the reset button to reset it. But in this video, we are not using two of this cable. We're just going to need to use the Ethernet cable here to power up the camera and from one location to the other location. All right, so let me draw you a diagram and explain the situation why you will be needed this project, the setup for this project. Okay, so let me put this on the side a little bit here, give myself a little room. Okay, so let's just say that you want to set up security camera, and let's just say that you have two locations, right? So you have a big house right here. Okay, so let's just call the big house as in A, and you have multiple cameras. You have the camera right here, you have a camera right here, right? You have a camera right here. So you have three cameras installed in a building. Now you do have a little cottage, or maybe a barn, or maybe your workshop, anywhere that is far away from the A building. Instead of setting up entirely a new camera system, you want to have the same camera system that is installed, right? You have the same camera. So let's call this as Reolink, Reolink. If you're interested with this product here, I'll link them in the description below. This is a 4K resolution, have the video and audio recording. I highly recommend to use this camera. This is indoor and outdoor, night vision, all that sort of nice little gadget is all in this company here. Okay, so let's come back to the situation. You have the B building, right? You have your barn here, and you try to set up everything in one camera. Okay, you're not doing a two separate system, you're having the same camera system. What you want to do is you want to have a camera right here, right? You want to have one camera right here, you want to have a one camera right here, things like that. Now, how do you set it up? Either you run the cable, like I said, this camera right here, either you can run a cable right into the box, the camera box. Okay, then you'll be like, oh, I don't want the cable to be exposed because right here is my, I don't know, your driveway, right? You drive a car right here. Okay, so you have a car right here, and this is your driveway, and you don't want a cable running across the driveway. What you want to do is you want to set up something that is wireless, sending the signal. So here is going to be your access point. Okay, so I'll name this as AP, which is your access point. This is your ubiquiti local M5, and this access point here is shooting Wi-Fi across the street into your station. Okay, this is station local M5, and this is going to be receiving that Wi-Fi signal. You follow me so far? We are not running the cable. We do not want to expose the cable coming off the camera. How do we do that? We're going to shoot using this nanostation. All right, so let's go ahead and give it a name here. We are naming this as access point, or we call it AP, and this is your A building. Okay, and this is your B building. We name it as station, and this is your B building, right? All right, so we have that being set up. Now, how is the camera going to be turned on in this B building? Once you receive this station right here, this station is going to run a cable and into what we call here Netgear. Okay, so it'll be connecting to your Netgear. So this is Netgear. So the M5 station will be bringing the internet into the Netgear, and Netgear has 8 port, right? So you have 8 port, and this 8 port here will be connecting to your camera. So this is your first camera, the second camera, and so on and so forth. If you have a camera right here and another final camera shooting up in the sky, looking into the airplane, whatever that is. So the Netgear is powering up your camera, each of the camera in the B building, and then one of the cable here sending the signal back to the local M5. Local M5 shooting wireless signal over to the access point, and access point is getting the internet back to your Reolink. All right, so that is the diagram, and this is what we're planning to do in this video, and I'll walk you through step by step on how to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. I know it's a lot of explanation. First thing first, we do not need the Netgear, so let's put the Netgear here on the side, just on the side here so you can see it. We have the camera here, we have the access point A and B, and this is the ubiquiti injector that comes with it. So let me just take a moment here to ask a small favor from you. If you following the video so far, please click the like and subscribe to my channel. That would really help me to motivate and get myself making more of this networking video for you. And if you have any question, make sure you comment below. I would read those questions and I'll try to answer you as well. And if you need to know where to buy all this stuff, I'll have the link in the description below. I got all of this from Amazon. My ubiquiti, my Netgear, and the camera. Everything I got here is through Amazon. I'll have the link in the description below. Let's go ahead and check it out, and hopefully this video will walk you through the step by step and get you set up on what you're trying to achieve in my diagram. All right, so let's continue with the setup. The first thing first, we need to power up the access point. Let's pop the plastic, slide it up. Here you can see there's only one LAN. Let's go ahead and plug into the LAN. And this LAN here would be connecting to the power over Ethernet. Okay, the LAN is not connecting to your LAN. The LAN is connecting to POE. POE stands for power over Ethernet. So this injector draws the power and power up your access point. Now we need another cable for B building. and I'll be using a blue cable. Connect to power over Ethernet. Get the blue cable and connect into the WAN port right here for your B building. Once you have set that up, so right now the injector is powering up the A and B ubiquiti network. All right, so now once we have that ready, the next thing you need to have is your computer. You can have your Mac or you can have your PC. And I'll be using my PC today. Let me switch you over to another screen. So here you can see my desktop screen and I'm ready to do the configuration. In the configuration, you do need to have another cable, another internet cable here, just one cable. A short one is good enough. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and insert into the injector, the first injector of the access point, the AP, right? So go ahead and insert into your LAN port. And at the end of this cable right here, what you want to do is you want to insert into your desktop. So I have a desktop right here. I'm running through an extension core. So this is my extension network coming off from my desktop. You can connect to your laptop if you have the port, or connect directly to your desktop, or connect to any of the computer here. You just need to plug it into the back of the computer. So once I plug this thing in, you can see that the light came on, and I'm ready to do the configuration. So we'll be configuring the first injector, which is the access point. All right, so what you want to do is go ahead and open up your browser. Any browser would do for this purpose. I'll be using Microsoft Edge. You can use Firefox, or you can use Google Chrome. So in this process, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type, I'm sorry, I missed one of the steps here. Let me close out the browser. Before we can do the configuration, you need to configure your computer first. So click on the start and type control panel. So we're going to go into control panel. In control panel, click network and internet. Click network and sharing center. Here you see that little blue wording that says Ethernet 2. So I'll be using the Ethernet 2. Yours might be 3, 4, or 5. Doesn't matter. You just got to click on this blue link. Once you click on that, click on properties. In the properties, double click version 4 TCP IP, this internet protocol. Double click that. Here by default in your computer, it's obtain IP address automatically. So we're going to give it a static. We need to give your computer a static IP so that we can configure the access point. Now we're going to do 192.168.1.21 is the IP I like to give it to. The subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Default gateway 192.168.1.1, and click OK. Click OK, close it, and close it. So what we have done here, we just configured your desktop a static IP address. An IP address required to get this configuration access point set up. Now once that thing is done, click on your browser. In your browser, on the very top URL bar, we're going to type in 192.168.1.20, right? So .20 is the access point for this IP address. Here, we want to go ahead and click Advance and click Continue. And it will bring you to this page for your Ubiquiti. Read the terms of use, understand them. And once you have done that, go ahead and select your username. My username is UBNT. That's the default user. and the password is UBNT. That's the default password as well. Country, I'll be using United States. Click login. Once you are logged in, if you see at the bottom here, it says you're using the default administrator password. Please change it in system page. Yes, we are going to change it. We're going to click on this tab right here, the system tab. Once you click on the system tab, you can see device name. In the device name here, we are going to name it as A building. So A building, that's the name I just put it in. Time zone, I'm going to name it as Hawaii. That's my time zone here. You can put your own time zone. Administrator username, I'll leave it as default, UBNT. Click on this little key icon. We're going to change the password. So I just changed it to UBNT1. You can put in any password you like. Once you're done that, you see this little change button right here in the bottom right corner. You see that? Click on that change. Alright, so the next step, click on wireless. Under wireless mode, we are setting up access point. Remember, this is the access point that we need to set up. So once we click on access point, we want to give it a SSID. So what it does is that this little access point right here, we need to give it a wireless ID to broadcast your signal over to the B building, right? So here I'm going to name my SSID hello, HELLO. So I'm going to name here hello. Okay. Once you have done that, let's go ahead and crank the output power down to 13. Security tab right here. We're going to select WPA2. You want to give it a password. So once you set up the Wi-Fi for hello, right? So we need to put a password for that. We're going to name it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and click change. Now we want to go to the third tab, which is network. Go to network tab. And under management IP address, click DHCP and click change. That's all you need. We are done, and click apply. Now the access point configuration is set up. It is applying to the access point now. We can close the browser and we are ready to switch the cable here, right? This is the gray cable, which is the access point, and we just plug it to the LAN into your computer, right? So we are done configuring the injector. We are unplugging this LAN, plug into the station, the B building injector, which is the blue cable right here. Okay, we plug into that. We already have the computer configured in the control panel, so we leave the setting as is. We do not need to change anything. We just need to go directly into the station B to collect the settings, to change the settings. So type in 192.168.1.20, hit enter. Advanced, click continue. Accept the terms, put in UBNT, password UBNT, country code United States, login. Again, ask you to change in the settings, in the system. We're going to click system. Device name, we are going to name it as B building. Just give it a name, change the time zone, click the key, give it a new password. I just name it as UBNT1. Click change. Once you click change, go back to wireless tab. In the wireless mode, we are selecting station. Remember, this is what we need to have. It's called station. Okay. In SSID, what SSID is the station connecting to, right? So here in this ubiquiti, what we want to receive the signal coming from access point. What was my SSID on the access point? Hello is the SSID. Remember, we just set up hello. So we're going to click select button. A little window pop up, and this window pop up here is showing you all your neighbors Wi-Fi, all the Wi-Fi around your radius. Okay, and there you go. We see hello is the access point, right? We set it up and we give it a name, which is a building. So this is the correct Wi-Fi, and I'll be selecting this little radio button. Select that, right? And then here at the very bottom right corner, you can see select. So click on select and you're done. Under output power, crank it down to 13. Here it asks for the password key. What was the password for this access point? We know the password, which is simple: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Click change. Go to network tab. Click DHCP. Click change and click apply. All right, this is it. This is all you need to do for the configuration of your access point and the station for building A and building B. Now make sure you go back to control panel. What you want to do is you want to give your computer settings back to the default. Remember, we need to get to this part right here, properties, double click this protocol. Remember the IP address that we changed it to static. We need to select back to obtain an IP address automatically, obtain DNS server address automatically. Click OK, OK, close, close. We just revert the settings back to default on your desktop. That was what I did here at the control panel. All right, you're all set. Let's bring you back to the bigger screen. All right, here's the bigger screen, right? So we are all set. Now we can disconnect from your computer, right? All the settings is all done. Configuration is all done. Now we want to get our hands dirty. We need to go bring up the camera. Of course, I'm gonna do the drawing. I do not have the actual video for you here, so I'll be using my drawing and guide you the process. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it here. Okay, now you're very well aware that the Reolink, right? So your main, let me draw it better here. So your main camera. So this is your camera box. Let's just say this is the camera box that you have, the NVR, right? Your NVR, maybe you have 8 channel or 16 channel. So 8 channel means you have 8 cameras. 16 channel means you have 16 cameras, and each of the port right here, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, 2 4 6 8. So let's just say you have 8 channel in this NVR box. All right, so this Reolink NVR box is this definition right here in the A building. What you want to do here is you want to bring one of the cable and connect into the access point LAN. All right, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to connect into my LAN, right? This is my LAN. I connect one of the cable, and I'm going to bring that cable here and connect to my Reolink NVR 8 channel box, the NVR DVR, right? So I'll be connecting into this box right here to port 1 or whatever port that is. Okay. Now, let me walk you through what's happening right now. So this recorder, the NVR, is sending the signal over to this yellow line into this gray line, and this gray line is shooting the network over to the B, right? Over to B. Okay, so that's what is happening right now. The yellow line coming from the NVR going back out into the A building and shooting wirelessly to the B building. Okay, while this thing is being connected, you here walk over, right? You're walking over, you little here carry the B and plus Netgear switch. Okay, you carry the B, right, ubiquiti station and the Netgear switch right here, and you're walking all the way over to the B building. So in the B building, what you're doing right now is this one, right? This is your B building cable. Okay, so the B building cable, what you want to do is you want to connect your LAN into the network switch. Okay, you want to connect into your network switch. So what's happening right now, okay, so you just connected to the network switch. What is happening right now is that the A is shooting the signal to the B, and the B and your B station is connected to your LAN into Netgear switch. All right, so it's connecting to your Netgear switch right here. So it's shooting the signal into your Netgear switch. And your Netgear switch, you have one more extra cable connecting to your Reolink camera. All right, so this is your Reolink camera. So what it does is you need to find one more cable. All right, we're gonna find that one extra cable. I'm short of cable today. I think I'm short of one cable. Okay, I found that one extra cable right here. So what it does is, what you want to do is you want to connect any of the port. Sorry, you want to connect any of the port here, right? So I'll be connecting number 4. So I'll plug it in here. So this is my that cable right here, and I'll be connecting to my camera. Okay, and you can see that the light just came on, the green light. All right, so now my camera is on because my camera has the power coming from the network, which is the power over Ethernet switch connecting into the camera here. So this is my cable. Are you following so far? Okay, so this is a long cable right here. I'm just showing it to you. So what it does is, let me recap everything. Hopefully you can see it here in the screen. Okay, so what happened right now, let's just recap everything. The yellow cable is connected to your Reolink NVR box, right? So this yellow cable here connected to the NVR box right here. Okay, so this cable is getting the signal from the box into the gray cable. The gray cable shoots the Wi-Fi over to the B cable, right, wirelessly shooting over the network. The B cable comes down with the blue line, and the blue line goes into the injector. The injector speed up the traffic into the orange cable. The orange cable shoot back into the Netgear switch. The Netgear switch is the POE, and it brings the traffic into the white cable right here, the white gray cable right here. It brings that cable, comes out, and it goes into your Reolink camera. So now your camera is on. Let me see. Yeah, I can see that the infrared light is just came on. I can see that it's on. Now the Reolink has the power. Now you can see that red light. I think you just saw that red light. Let me cover up a little bit. And there you go. You see that red light. I know it's hard for you to see it, but yeah, there you go. That red light. So which means it's on. Okay. And it's gonna go off a second because it's too bright here. Yep, it just went off. Okay, so what it does is now your camera is recording the footage, right? All the 4K and the audio, everything is recording, sending the signal cable back to the switch, comes back to the orange, loop to the blue cable, B station shooting to the A receive it, back to the gray cable loops it back and comes back to the yellow, and the yellow cable goes back into your NVR. So there you have it. So this setup right here is that you don't have to have two separate camera for the purpose, right? If you have a big house or if you're running a commercial unit, you have this tenant, renting one of the cottage on the side, you want to have a camera, make sure the door is locked, right? You need to keep an eye on them, but you want to have within the same network, in the same camera. This is the way to do it rather than running a cable from A to B. All right, this is it. I hope this video is helpful. If you like the video, do not forget to click the like button, right? Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate you for doing that. Again, just quick reminder here, if you are interested to buy all this equipment right here, I'll have them linked in the description below. I got it from Amazon and I like to share that link with you so that you can buy directly using the link, so you get the right product, the right tools, the right equipment for this setup. I hope you liked the video. Again, I hope you learned something today. Thanks for watching. Bye now.